Welcome, one and all. The time is finally upon us to begin this wonderful journey. Within this park, 6 unique worlds will collide, each bringing their own type of adventure. So join us for this brand new park. Welcome to a place of fun and thrill for all. Welcome to the Worlds of Wonder. And here we are. I'll switch back to my regular voice now, so thank God that guy's gone. But here we are for the first episode, and I can't believe I'm saying this, of this brand new Planet Coaster 2 series, The Worlds of Wonder. And I see no point in sitting around trying to explain the theme of this park, so we'll just get right into it. As you can see, I'm currently building what's going to be the entrance to the first area. That's right, we're already getting to one of the 6 themed areas, because that area will serve as the hub of the park. I won't give away the name of the area just yet. That can wait for a future episode, maybe the next one, who knows. But as you can see, I wanted to build this cool effect where you walk through the clock tower in the front, you come out the other side, and the clock tower's changed. It's magic. It's now a different coloured clock tower. Of course, the different colour hasn't gone in yet, but you'll see very shortly, it'll become a nice... I forget what colour I've gone with. I think it's like copper orange, I think I went with in the end. But yeah, it tends to be quite a cool effect. However, I think it is very obvious that you're walking through a different clock tower. Either way, enough talk of that. You might have noticed, well, for a start, look, the colour's going in, how fun. But you might have noticed, whoa there, we jumped ahead in time. That's right, a big new, very ambitious addition to this series. I'm going to edit the time-lapse. I know, right? Gone are the days of the, 40-minute videos for Richmond Park. Because you might notice that this one is only... I haven't filmed the real-time section at the end yet, so I don't know. But I'm going to guess this one's about 10 to 15 minutes long. Gone are the 40-minute episodes. We're having shorter ones. Finally. This is a much-needed change, because, well, looking at the last one, I didn't like the long episodes. I'm going to assume you didn't like the long episodes. Nobody liked the half-an-hour long episodes. So, yeah, no, we're done with them. I'm going to aim for, 20 minutes max for each episode of this. So each episode will be slightly smaller in scale, because I'm no longer building a whole themed area in one go. However, I think the finished product will be a lot better as a result of that. Anyway, back to what's happening on screen. So, as you can see, the walls have gone in around the area, because the plan for this area is to have, I believe it's 6 different... Actually, is it 5 or 6? I don't remember now. Is to have, I believe it's 6 different roads, each leading to their own area or individual ride in this area's case. And you can see on the back of the clock tower there, the first piece of theming for this new area is going in. Once again, I'm not going to tell you what it is, because it's super secret until maybe the next episode, but maybe I can give you a small hint of what this is going to be like. Anyway, with all the boring wall stuff out the way, it's already coaster time! Who could have seen that coming? Me, because I planned this. It's already coaster time, can you believe that? Look at that, episode 1. And we are already building the first... I've said that 14 times now. Here it is, the first ever coaster in this park. And this is one I've wanted to build for so long. So I've had this plan for this... It's a very specific plan, but this type of coaster with this type of layout, I've had this plan since before Planet Coaster 2 came out. And I've just never had the opportunity to do it. The plan wasn't always for a bike and sidecar coaster, because obviously that wasn't there when Planet Coaster first came out. But when they added the Sorcery Pack, I knew that was my chance. It was my time to build this coaster. And, I'm so happy with how it came out. It's so nice to finally see this, plan I've had for ages be realised like this. But you're going to see soon, there is a lot to this coaster. As you can see, we've already got a drop track and into a launch. However, I'm sad to say, that drop track will not be staying. Because, I don't know, you'll see later, I'll put the queue in, and I just can't figure out a way to hide the drop track. And keep the queue in, and also it just it didn't really work in the end. But anyway, as you can see, it's going in now, and I might as well get into what this coaster is going to be like, because the plan I had for this was just, no matter where you look in this area, you can see this coaster. And it's going to pass over and under, each of the different streets that lead to the areas. It's going to have so many launches. Actually, I'll tell you this now. This roller coaster, if it were real, it would hold a world record. and I'm not going to reveal which one just yet, although I might have just given away with what I just said. But yeah, you're going to see, you can even see now, it passes over and under like itself and the paths so many times. And especially when the walls are like actually as tall as the buildings, so you can only see the bits that pass over, you're going to have no idea like what the layout is from outside. So you'll look at it, and then a train will pass over there. A train will pass over on the other side. It'll pass back over the same side. It'll pass under you. It'll pass next to you. You're going to have no idea what the layout is. And I think that's so much fun. Like, the idea of standing there and seeing this coaster just flying around all around you, and yet you have no idea what it's doing. And like when you go on it, it just keeps going. You don't know what to expect. That sounds so fun. And like I say, I'm so happy to finally have this idea like come to life after how long's it been since the game came out? Like a year, 2 years, I think, since the game came out. To finally have this idea like properly come together in this insane coaster is just incredible. And it's long. Well, if you couldn't guess from how much is being built right now, you know, I've been talking for however long I've been talking now, and we're still, I'll say, only about halfway through the coaster. It's a very long coaster. Actually, I checked. In total, I think it has just under 6,000 feet of track. So if this was real, I think it would be the 9th or 10th longest roller coaster in the world, which is crazy. And you can tell in the on-ride experience, because it just does not stop. It just keeps going. There's always more coaster to experience. Anyway, sorry for that sheer amount of yammering there. I'm going to try and cut down on this for this series, but, well, as you can tell, absolutely no promises there. I've cut ahead to here, because I believe... Yeah, here we go. I believe this is where something quite exciting is going to be adding to the layout, because on top of all of this, it's going to go backwards as well. There's a switch track and a spike over, sorry, I nearly said the area name then, over one of the area name entrance streets, so I did not know what to phrase that as then. But yeah, it's going to be a switch track, it's going to go backwards. There is just so much to this coaster. I might have to do a POV at the end of this video, I don't know. Or do I save it when it's done? Actually, we can have an unthemed POV and then like a themed up POV in the end. But I can't even begin to explain this coaster, it's just ridiculous. Anyway, I can't believe I'm saying it, but only 7.5 minutes into the video, we're coming towards the end of the time-lapse now. As you can see, I'm putting in the queue. Sorry, I said that really weird then, the queue. We're putting in the queue, and it's going to be very ambitious and big. So, don't be surprised if you see this get scaled down at some point, because there's a lot of funny angles in here, and I've got to try and fit, you know, I'm trying to theme it all in. But yeah, on to the real-time section. And here we are, strangely enough, not where we were building. We're out here at the very entrance to the park, because I just thought I'd show you all the things that I've built prior to whatever's going on over there. We'll get there when we get there. But I just thought I'd show you everything that I built prior to the first episode. This was going to be part of the first episode, but unfortunately the footage of me building all of this vanished. It disappeared into thin air, so we're going to have to do a quick recap now. So, here's the road into the park. It's got a nice fake coaster track going over the top. It's very much so like Thorpe Park as you enter. But yeah, this is where the guests will enter. And then you come down here, across here, and you reach the security building. Ooh, terrifying. I will say, I built this before I knew what like the whole vibe of the entrance is going to be. Hence why it's quite different. But, you know, I don't mind it. It's not meant to be anything grand, you know. It's the security building. It's like, this is from this point on, you've entered, you know, a different world in a way. And then we have this, the fountain. Now, I should explain this, because at the moment it looks a bit confusing. However, you'll notice that there is 6 pedestals here spinning around. And what's that? There's 6 lands in the park. That's right, whenever I reveal the name of one of these lands, or I finish one of the lands, I'll decide which one it is. I'll add a little emblem from that land onto this. So then, by the end of this, we'll have a lovely spinning a lovely spinning fountain with all of the areas on it. And then on the middle, I have no idea what I'm going to put there. I'll decide when I get there. Anyway, moving on, we have, of course, the 6 little teaser things for the areas. And you'll see these as you walk in. So, you know, you can imagine when they're all uncovered, as you walk towards the big entrance clock tower, you'll be like, oh, here's this area, and here's that area. You know, we'll get to see all of these within the park. Oh, I wonder what they're going to be themed to. Except I don't wonder, because once again, I know. Oh, you can almost see around that one. Oh, look at that. There's your exclusive hint. What could that one be? Ooh, that's enough of that. because here is the big entrance building for Worlds of... Well, look at that, that's good timing. For Worlds of Wonder, which is, of course, the coaster launch going straight through it. As for the park's name, I'm not 100% on it, to be honest. I do appreciate that it is now a bit too late to change it. However, it's a bit generic, you know, just Worlds of Wonder, and I need to add the, because I think this park's going to be called The Worlds of Wonder, not just Worlds of Wonder. Unless, of course, it is just called Worlds of Wonder. You'll see in the title. But yeah, that's there. I think the clock tower looks nice. It's a nice little, like, entrance piece, especially with, like, the chimneys behind it, kind of hinting at what you're going to experience when you go through the clock tower. And then this up here, I've said for ages, if I ever own a theme park, I will have this above the entrance. I don't know why. It's just sort of always something I've associated with my idea of a theme park. If I built one, I would have a plaque in gold saying a place of fun and thrill for all. Either way, you'll walk in. This bit is still, well, the whole park is still unthemed at the moment. But when you walk in, you'll have a thing here that says welcome to area name. I can't give it away just yet. This will be themed in. And then you'll walk into the area. And you can imagine when these are all like, oh, hello, there's a post in my way. You can imagine when all these walls are like building height and all decorated, this will look really cool. Hopefully. Or it won't. But yeah, it's all going to be themed in like this. And this area will kind of be a stand-in, because if you remember back in Richmond Park, I said I was going to do a steampunk themed area. However, you may notice that none of these are particularly steampunk. Yeah, no, that plan fell through, sadly. However, that's kind of being recaptured in this area. It's not full-blown steampunk, but there's going to be like steam. There'll be steam around, don't worry. It'll vaguely resemble steampunk. But let's get onto the coaster. So as you can see, it is a bike and sidecar coaster, and my goodness, it's everywhere. It has, actually, I'll get you the final numbers for it. Hang on, I haven't named it yet. I'm not going to give away the name just yet, but I have named it, but I'm not going to give it away. It has literally just under 6,000 feet of track. Apparently, it's only 8 seconds long. Although, to be fair, I think the game's a bit broken, and it's measuring from the unload station to the load station instead of the actual ride time. However, earlier I mentioned that this coaster does break a world record. What could that be? Wait and I'll tell you. It breaks the world record for the most launches on one roller coaster. That being the most individual launch pieces. With, I believe it's 10. In fact, you know what? We'll count them. 1. Hello there. Yes, I actually sat here and counted all of them. But we don't need to see all that. It is 10. But look at this interruption. 4. What is that noise? Hello? Hello? What's going on? Oh, it's an ice cream truck. Oh, hang on, guys. Sorry, I'm going to have to pause the recording here. An ice cream truck has pulled up very loud. Okay, fantastic news. The ice cream truck has stopped making noise. We can resume. Yeah, no, I don't know why I sat here for a good 5 minutes counting the launches. I can tell you now, there's 10. But wait, our favourite character's about to come back. Watch this. Another interruption. There is a 9th. Well, technically it passes by this twice, but I'm counting individual launch pieces. So there's 9 for the spike. The ice cream truck is off again. Shush! And then the final one, 10, just here, which takes you back into the station. Wow, I mean, what a coaster. I don't know where to begin. I mean, just look at it. It's just everywhere. There's just constantly, like, I think at most there's 3 trains going around at once. And they're just all over the place. You can't keep track of this coaster, and that's the magic of it. That's exactly what I wanted with this thing. However, you know what, I've decided I'm gonna, and it's disappointing to say, I'm gonna save the POV for when the coaster's done. So, that brings us to the end of episode 1 of Worlds of Wonder. I hope you enjoyed, and maybe even I'll see you again for the next one, who knows? Goodbye for now.